Yes people, what is happening, how are we all doing, and welcome back to the channel. It may only be the first day of a brand new season of Fortnite, but it looks like Lego Fortnite could be in big trouble. And so I suppose the best thing for us to do is not waste any more time, let's jump straight into things and let's do this. So yes, as I'm sure you all already know, it is of course the first day of a brand new season of Fortnite known as Myths and Mortals. But even with that being the case, Lego Fortnite has already caused a massive controversy. Something that had been rumoured before this season even started has now come true, and fans are definitely not happy about it. Because we now have what are known as Lego kits in the game. And you may well be thinking, well, what the hell is this? I don't even know what you're talking about. Well, basically the most simple way to explain this is prefabs that you can use in your Lego world that will be sold for V-Bucks in the item shop. And so with that being said, you can kind of understand already why some Fortnite fans are really annoyed about this. As technically this is our first DLC in Lego Fortnite, this is the first time that they have locked content behind a paywall in the item shop. Skins are one thing, that is basically a completely different kettle of fish. If you want to buy Fortnite skins to use in Battle Royale, or perhaps even in Lego mode, that's kind of expected. Everybody has been paying for skins for years, this is something very different. It's essentially the first cosmetic that we've had literally locked to Lego Fortnite that you're going to have to pay for. And this new idea is basically kicking off straight away with two brand new sets dropping on March 9th. The first of those is the Beach Boulevard set, and that's actually going to cost 1900 V-Bucks in the item shop. You're going to get 7 different builds and 44 items that you're going to be able to use to decorate these buildings. This set was actually previously leaked and showcased in the Gone Fishing update, and I do think at this point in the video it's important to make the point that I find that to be a little bit sneaky. It was essentially portrayed as the fact that these buildings were going to be usable in that Gone Fishing update or possibly slightly further into the future. And although that technically is the case, the fact that they're locked behind a paywall I think is a little bit dodgy. I am somebody that is a massive fan of Lego Fortnite, as you've been able to tell since I started this channel. However, I'm always going to be 100% honest with you, and if I think something's a bad decision or I think it's a little bit sketchy, I'm going to tell you that. But also coming on March 9th is going to be the Durr Burger set. 2,000 V-Bucks this is supposedly going to cost. It's got the Durr Burger restaurant, all of the classic stuff from Chapter 1. It consists of 3 builds and 41 items that you're going to be able to use to decorate the restaurant. And the final one is known as the Lion Knight's Castle. 2,500 V-Bucks, 10 massive builds, you'll be able to build your own huge castle and over 50 different items to decorate with. But before we move on, I want to touch very quickly on the Durr Burger restaurant. This is a classic OG building that fans absolutely love. I can totally understand why this is very controversial to put behind a paywall. It's something that quite clearly fans were never going to be happy about. OG Fortnite is very special to a lot of people. It holds a special place in their heart. They have massive memories for it, including this restaurant. Charging people to build with this in Lego Fortnite is a very odd decision in my eyes. Lego Fortnite are already getting massive criticism for making people pay for these things. Even big creators such as Courage JD have spoken out and said they're really disappointed by this choice. And on top of that, loads of fans have said they are not happy with the prices for these. Even the people who are willing to buy them are saying these are way too expensive and they really do need to be reduced. And so this begs the question, are we going to see a very similar situation that we saw last season when they introduced car skins into the game? They really overcharged for the Lamborghini, fans went mad and they were forced to reduce the price. I'll be very interested to see if they cave this time and do exactly the same. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of my opinion around this whole scenario, there's another thing we need to talk about, and that is the first ever Lego Fortnite starter pack. If you've been playing Fortnite for years, you'll know that we get a brand new starter pack every season. It has a skin in it and other items too, including V-Bucks. We are still going to be getting that, however, we're now also going to be getting a Lego Fortnite starter pack, and I suspect we'll get this every season. But the difference with this is, sure, it's got a standard skin that you can use in both Lego and in BR, but this is going to have loads of bright bomber themed items that you're going to be able to decorate your villages with. I fully expect this starter pack to be very cheap, just like the ones that you get in Battle Royale, but again, it's controversial because it's cosmetics for villages locked behind a paywall. The whole pack is essentially bright bomber themed. It's called the Operation Bright starter pack, and it's probably causing so much uproar because it's something new. It's something Fortnite has never done before. before, up to this point throughout the first season of Lego Fortnite, they've never put prefabs in the item shop or to be bought in any particular way. It may well be that in the future this is just considered fairly standard and people get over it, but right now that is definitely not the case. One thing that I think is massively important to talk about next is the fact that you are going to be limited to the number of times a week that you can build these new prefabs in your friends' worlds. So of course, in your own worlds, in your own villages, you can use these whenever you want, but if you go into a friend's world, you can only build it a certain number of times. The reason for this is pretty obvious, right? If you were just able to go into your friend's world and build this as many times as you would like, there'd be no point in your friends buying it. Epic would never make any money. Because your mates could just say to you, yo, I want to build the new Burger restaurant in Lego Fortnite, hop into my lobby with me, build it in my world, and then leave. There'd be no point you buying it, and that would cost them a fortune. So yes, you're going to be limited to 8 times a week that you can build a brand new payable prefab in your friend's Lego world. My honest opinion with this part of the whole package is I actually don't think that is that bad. It's kind of a positive for both sets of people. Epic get the money they're looking for when somebody buys the prefab, and you're still able to use it in your friend's world. And of course it combats the fact that somebody could just call their friend up into their world and get them to build it whenever they want. And I think realistically, who's going to be building one of these buildings more than 8 times in a week? That seems really, really unlikely to me. So let's say you've got 2 brothers, for example, they've each got their own Lego Fortnite world. Their parents are only really going to have to buy this once. They're not going to have to shell out V-Bucks for 2 people in order to get this, because you're going to be able to build it in your own world and then build it a certain number of times throughout the week in your brother's or friend's world too. I actually think this was the smartest way that Epic could have gone about this, after obviously putting stuff behind the paywall, because at least this way people win on both sides. However, I don't really expect that point of view to stop people being really annoyed about this, because it's something very new and currently very controversial. An important point to touch on in my mind is it really fair for Lego Fortnite to be selling OG classic Fortnite locations for V-Bucks? And truthfully, I fall somewhere in the middle with this one. I can totally understand why they want to do it. They want to make this mode profitable, they want to make the company money, that makes sense. But OG locations is just a very tough one to get behind because of what it means to the player base. A great example I think I can give you is, can you imagine if they lock Tilted Towers prefabs in the item shop behind a V-Buck paywall? People are going to lose their minds even more than they already have. I'm telling you now, if they do that, there is going to be absolute uproar, and that could be the case for so many other things as well. The agency, the grotto, classic locations like that for V-Bucks is not going to be popular. But one thing I will say is, if they decided to charge for certain collab buildings and things like that, I'd actually have no issue with that. And that could be done with tons of things, and probably will, to be honest with you. We could get Ninjago buildings, maybe even Marvel prefabs that we could build with. Making people pay for crossovers for Lego Fortnite, I understand. That makes sense to me, and I don't really have an issue with it. But normal standard Fortnite buildings and classic locations, I don't really think I'm entirely happy with that. But does that mean I'm not going to spend the V-Bucks in order to get these things that I want to build with? No, truthfully, I probably will do that, and I think I'd rather give you 100% transparency and be totally honest about it. At the end of the day, I'm building a Lego Fortnite channel. If I want to be able to make some really cool videos and build some amazing things on the map, sadly, if that does mean I have to spend some money on some V-Bucks in order to do it for you guys to see, I'm kind of down for it. As I said, not entirely happy, not thrilled about it, but it's probably something I will do. And that means that if I spend the money and you guys see it in a video, you decide, that's probably not for me, I'm not going to spend the V-Bucks on it, at least I've saved you some money. I think this whole situation though begs the question, are we going to, or do we need to get a Lego Fortnite Battle Pass? This is a subject that I may well end up going into more depth for a full video, but for a short answer, yes, 1,000,000%. I genuinely believe they should do a Lego Fortnite Battle Pass. They do it for BR, there's now a festival pass, why not do it for Lego as well? Obviously skins probably wouldn't be included in that because you get those as part of the normal BR Battle Pass anyway. But prefabs, decorations for your villages, furniture, all that kind of stuff, maybe even additional parts that you could put onto some kind of Lego outfit as part of a Battle Pass, that could be amazing, and it's something that I would absolutely love. Another very important point that I do need to make, okay, Lego Fortnite has said they are not just going to start putting all prefabs in the item shop for people to buy. With future updates, they're still going to be adding things for free that people will be able to build with. So that's good, isn't it? That's a positive for people who don't want to spend money in the item shop. You're still going to get free things to build within Lego Fortnite, but again, it does raise the question, what exactly are they going to choose? Are they going to put the slightly worse stuff in for free and then sell the better stuff? To be honest, if I was going to take a guess, I'd probably say yes, unfortunately. Because that would be the smart business move, aren't you? You want people to pay for the good stuff and you'll give them some slightly worse stuff for free. That's usually how these things go. And like I said earlier, if they decide to do that with a Tilted Towers prefab, I'm telling you now, there is gonna be a riot. And with this whole scenario, it raises the question of what else are they going to put behind a paywall? This is Fortnite though, so obviously anything they do get you to buy is going to be 100% cosmetic. They're not going to have any weapons or any machinery locked behind a paywall. Well, at least I'm pretty convinced they're not anyway, because that would be insane. But is there the possibility of other cosmetic things in Lego being in the item shop? If I'm to take a guess, I'm going to say yeah, absolutely. If they find a way to monetize things that people will wear in Lego Fortnite or just to use in their worlds, you can pretty much guarantee if they're going to get some money out of it, they will probably do it. And so for a little bit of a summary then, what exactly do I think about this whole situation? First off, in terms of what Fortnite want, I understand it. They're a business, it's going to make them money, and it's a smart thing to do. In terms of the player base though, I can totally understand why they're absolutely fuming, particularly these OG locations being sold in the item shop. That does seem a bit sketchy to me. I think collabs, crossovers, anything related to those being sold in the item shop is fair game. I'm not really sure we can have many complaints about that. But as for standard and old school classic Fortnite locations, I actually think that's a poor decision on Epic's part, and I wouldn't be surprised if they end up having to drop the price at some point to get more people to buy them, just like they did with cars last season. And so there you have it, people. That is my full opinion on this whole crazy Lego Fortnite prefab controversy that's currently going on. And that is pretty much everything I've got for you in this video here today, so I guess I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace out.